else is on there. Sort of like too nervous to find out if I'm gonna be trash.
I forgot which direction I'm going. I think I'm going in this direction.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is so trash.
What did you get?
Fuck. Just I only got Unbreaking 3.
Oh man.
That's so bad. Well, I don't want Fortune 2, I'll just take fucking Efficiency 3. And slam them together. Make that the god pig. Ah, oh, you silly, silly pig. Oh shit. Nice. God, I'm gonna be so depressed if I ever fall in lava.
Oh yeah. Fortunately, they make the lava noise quite loud.
Yeah, touch wood, I've not done that in quite some time. I think that's what happened. I was in a hardcore playthrough ages ago, like years ago. I fell like through the floor and into a ravine, and then into lava.
Through the floor.
Yeah, I was digging and I think I misstepped. There was like a hole.
Never digged straight down.
No, I think it was a weird staircase or something. Can't fully remember how it happened. I just know it's in a ravine.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man.
Does feel bad, man.
Because how many diamonds are you supposed to get from one like block of diamond?
What standard?
Yeah.
1.
One?
Fortune gets it up to a max of 4, I think.
Oh my god, Fortune 3 is really good then, because from just two like little diamond blocks I got 5 diamonds.
That's pretty good. So you got low roll, but
That's really good, 'cause, I mean that's fucking more than double.
yeah, you stand. Like I said, usually you're only supposed to get 1.
Yeah, I've got like an okay amount of diamonds that I don't really need to worry too much. How many diamonds do you have?
I can let you know. I keep crafting a load of pigs, so I would have more, but
Well, you can just
only
use your statistics if you wanted as well. Statistics screen. Sort by
oh yeah.
like one of the least things you mind or something. Uh,
Times crafted diamond apparently. I'll just run back on the level. This is where I get lost.
times picked up. I'll just sort by like least, but I guess I'm gonna get a whole bunch of zeros there.
So quick look. I'll go to a storeroom just downstairs. I have
I've picked up 108 diamonds in my time.
picked up.
Yeah, picked up, which that is not probably not super accurate because it means that like if I've thrown diamonds and picked them back up, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it'll count.
Yeah, because it says times minus none, because it's not, you don't mine the actual diamond itself, do you?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, is that does that block appear in statistics or?
it doesn't look like it does. But yeah, diamond-wise I have 5 loose and 4 blocks.
And your block is 9.
Yeah, so it's
Alright.
36 plus 5, so 41.
Oh, I see 41.
Yeah,
Okay.
spare, anyway.
Yeah, I've got roughly that spare as well.
I mean, I would have more, but I kept making pigs because I wanted to get a good enchantment.
Picks are good uses of it.
Sorry?
A pick is a good use of it, so...
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I wonder how many of those I've crafted. Have a look. Should be able to find a diamond pick here. I've crafted 9 diamond picks. That's about 27 diamonds. But since you get quite a few from fortune anyway, it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Sam isn't coming on then, since it's fairly late.
Probably not. Was he on last time? Like when I wasn't here playing Minecraft?
We say last time, do you mean like last night?
Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah, he was on yesterday.
Playing Minecraft.
Yeah, we only played for a little bit, so I was going to message you, it was about 10:30. And I thought, nah, you're offline, like, maybe you're doing something you don't want to be disturbed, or something along those lines.
Alright.
Because I didn't know how you kind of treat offline.
Well, I treat offline as in, like, I guess I'm not actively looking for games, but it's also kind of like I forget that I'm offline or online, you know what I mean? Because I start everything offline.
Fair enough.
Because when I just wake up, I kind of want to do like my morning routine type of situation without like somebody messaging me or anything. So, but usually like in the afternoon, right about when like people start coming back from work, I'm like, all right, I guess I've done enough productive things today. I guess I'll go play the rest of the day.
Speaking of diamond.
Speaking of diamond, I found some lapis lazuli. That's blue.
Okay, we're just gonna science, and I found, what's this, 8 diamond? Yeah, I found a block of 8 diamond. Just make sure there's no lava underneath it. Lava there though. I think we're good. Yeah, because you've got Fortune 3 now, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay, right, so let's see what 8 blocks gets me. They gave me 13. So, I suppose that's okay.
Hey man, I got 5 from 2, so...
Fuck, that iron got burned up.
'Tis only iron, I guess.
It is, but iron is still useful.
It is. Probably like one of the most useful things, really, because how it gets elevated in usefulness because of how abundant it is. Because that means you can use it more readily. It's kind of like the logic there, I guess.
Do you always make sure to dig around diamond after you find some?
I just generally always dig around diamond just to make sure that there's no like fucking renegade like lava.
Is that ready to snatch your diamonds?
Yeah, but no, usually the way that I mine means that there is no real room to like miss trace amounts of diamond. Okay, so I'm about halfway on my like stone collecting journey. So that's something.
Just bloody, there's lava like behind this massive wall. It's really unnerving. I wouldn't mind an efficiency diamond shovel at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out of torches. Rip.
What does it take to repair like a diamond pick again? Just
It's
a diamond.
enchanted.
If it's enchanted.
Stick it in your anvil and then put the diamond in the second slot.
Yeah, I'll just make like a.
And it will do a set amount of durability fix and it'll cost you some levels.
Because I mean, Unbreaking 2 is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, if you can find another Unbreaking 2, either in book form or on another pick, you can smash it together and get 3.
Okay.
Actually, I'll see what book enchants I can get. I might be able to find it. Nah, I can only find Unbreaking 1.
Well, I'm too dumb to intuitively know how an anvil is made, and
It's 3
Still?
iron blocks along the top.
oh, it's literally blocks. Oh, Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
that's a
there's
lot.
blocks along the top, and then there's an ingot in the middle, and then ingots along the bottom.
Well, I need one, so. And I have like the resources to do it quite handily, so.
So it's 31 iron or something.
Yep. It's a significant chunk, but I mean, fucking iron is there to be used.
Yeah, it can last a while though if you're lucky.
And if you're unlucky, it just it breaks immediately.
If you're unlucky, it breaks in 3 uses.
Oh my god, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, so I'm a little bit dumb. I've made 5 anvils.
Oh my god.
Oops.
Did you seriously make 5 iron?
I did, yeah.
Mate, that is so much iron.
It's okay, I have plenty more where that came.
Didn't do that. Did
Pardon?
you have that many blocks? Did you?
Yeah,
do
yeah,
something?
I had 16 blocks of iron.
Oh, okay. And you just decided to paint them all in.
Yeah, just turn them all into anvils, you know, no problem.
That's hilarious.
Easy peasy. So you can't pick up an anvil then or something.
Yeah, you can mine it.
But then how does it keep track of if it's broken or not?
It remembers. It's
Okay.
got an MBT tag.
Okay.
And it should
Well-
actually say cracked anvil or whatever. Just don't drop it from a height, because it will essentially smash.
Well, I have, like, in case that anvil breaks, I've got 4 more.
I'll buy an anvil off you if you like.
Sure, well, how much would you pay for it?
I don't know, what would you like?
I mean, I guess some diamonds would be okay. If you're willing to trade it. Or just iron, like, if you just pay me the iron price for it, I'll just give it to you. Here, I want cash back, you know? Yeah, that's fine, really. Like, I've got plenty fucking more iron where that came from.
Oh my god, I really should take more torches with me. That is not enough. It's like, hey, but just take what you need. It's like, no, take more. Did you manage to build or make a big boy tree from the jungle yet?
Yes, I did. Well, no, actually no, but I should have enough saplings. Okay, yeah, you can just pay like diamond. Okay, 3 diamonds to like repair. Because what does Unbreaking 2 do then for like a pick?
It's just basically more chance that it won't use a durability point. And Unbreaking 3 is the most chance to not use a durability point.
Let's see what like the
So like if you have the debug durability bar enabled, you can highlight your tool and it'll tell you how many points you got left.
yeah, but there's like I just kind of want to look at what the chances of like not using a durability per enchantment
Okay,
level.
let me double check.
Because that way I can kind of see whether it's worth it. Because he wants like 3 diamonds to like repair it. When you know.
Let's have a look. For most items, 100 divided by level plus 1% chance. What's this? Oh god, that's not useful. It says 100 divided by level. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this formula. I hope it makes sense to you.
Please don't do it in the Minecraft chat and do it in like Discord or something.
Yeah. That's apparently the chance to use durability.
Okay, oh that's really good then. That means that at like at 3, it means that it effectively has a 70% chance of not using durability. Because what that
Okay,
would
so
mean at 3, right? At 3 it would be 100 divided 100 divided by 3%. So it would be 33% chance of using a durability. So it'd be a 66% chance of not using a durability. If you want to be a real fucking asshole about it, it would be 66% plus a 0.33333 recurring. But, you know, so that's how that works, that formula.
Okay.
So that's quite good. So that means that it's like, the way enchantment level 2 is that means it's a 50, actually, no, yeah, +1. Oh, no, it's actually better than what I thought it was, because it's +1, so level 3 is like 4, right? Level 3 is effectively 4, so it's like a 75% chance of not using a durability, so it's 4 times better. Enchantment 4 is 4 times better than a thing, and enchantment level, the highest value is Unbreaking 1, right? Because Unbreaking 1 effectively doubles the durability of the pick, right?
Yeah.
Right? And then Unbreaking 2 turns it into like turns it from a 50% chance of losing a durability to like a 33% chance of losing a durability. And then, you know, the bonus, because that's how division works, the bonus effectively keeps becoming less effective by like half every time.
Okay.
So it is still
so it's like diminishing.
It's a diminishing, yeah. Every time it gets half as good. So pretty much it's the way you can think about it is that the chance of it breaking goes down by half every time. But because the chance of the chance of losing a durability is 100% at the start. Level 2, it gets half of that, so it's 50% chance. Level 3, actually, no, it doesn't quite work like that. Not because it's 100 divided by 3 at that point, which would mean like so it pretty much is enchantment level 1, 50% chance. Enchantment level 2, 33% chance. Enchantment level 3, it's a 25% chance. So those are the chances of it losing a durability.
Okay.
Another way you can look at it is it's like ×1, ×2, ×3 amount of durability. And obviously ×1 is like the most effective, right? Because the way it works, you're effectively doubling.
Yeah, I'm just trying it. I'm just looking at my durability bar at the moment, and I mined about just over 10 blocks before I got the durability point.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Because you only have like a 25% chance of it actually doing it.
I suppose if you're unlucky, then you'll keep losing it. But to be honest, it makes the pick last a lot longer.
Yeah. So even Unbreaking 2 is definitely worth spending. It would already be worth it if it was Unbreaking 1 to spend 3 diamonds to repair it up to full.
Oh yeah, because it's way more than making a new pick,
Yeah.
Because a fresh diamond pick doesn't actually last that long, especially if it's got efficiency.
That's probably the most convoluted way of explaining percentages, but yeah, that formula makes sense to me. Don't worry about it.
I found a really interesting formula on Reddit.
Yeah.
Like a post, but like, oh, what's a thing you learned that's still useful today, sort of thing. And some guy was like, for mental maths, when trying to work out percentages, he said X% of Y can be reversed. So, say for instance, like 10% of 100 is 100% of 10.
Yeah.
And it'll work with like any number, which is pretty interesting actually.
Yeah, that's the trick to like learning how to work percentages, because percentages are fucking like once you start to get to like the point where you're like uh oh my god, come on brain, you can do this. Once you get to the point where you're like, okay, like trying to like calculate, because going like up or down in percentages is not too difficult, but it's a matter of like if you're trying to reverse engineer like 100% from something, if you know what I mean, that's quite difficult. Let's say you have an item that's like, you know, at 73% of the price, how do you calculate what a hundredth of 100% of the price is? That kind of shit.
Oh yeah.
Because you can't simply like multiply it or anything like that, because that doesn't work. You need to like find the OG number.
Reverse engineer.
Yeah. Yeah, I need like efficiency and unbreaking, something that doesn't have fortune, so I'm not scared to use it because it's too precious.
That's why I freaking wasted so much time making picks. Like, oh look, here's another pick with fortune on it. It's like fortune and efficiency. I'm like, I'm just gonna use it.
I still cry every time I think about that like one really other good pick that I lost. I couldn't even get a chance to use it.
I was like, oh, this pick's amazing, gone.
It's amazing, dead. Get blown up by a creeper and like, you know, the floor blows up and lava is underneath it. At least I only lost like that one pick and not like both of my picks, if you know what I mean. That'd just be like, oh my god, because at that point that was like almost all the diamonds that I had were those picks.
Especially after you were like spending hours trying to find the bloody things.
Yeah. I literally just ignore redstone. I have like a whole bunch of blocks of it, so I'm like, ah, fuck it.
I just pick it up for XP at this point.
I guess, good point. It's XP and I need it.
Same with coal, really. Like, I might not use it like the Fortuna on it, but
oh, and I mined those thing, and on the other side there be diamonds.
Yeah. What was it? Actually, diamonds behind the redstone.
Yeah.
I see. Pays off.
I would have stumbled upon those eventually because of the way I'm like strip mining, but it's always nice.
The good guy, redstone.
Good guy redstone, leading me to the promised land.
My good guy redstone led me to iron.
Good guy diamonds leading me to coal, I guess.
Welcome to coal. You'll never see the stone again. No, that's why it's been really fun.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm very pleased with my location, and like the fact that there's a village there gives me something to do. And you know, like the thing is though, like as much as I complain about like how mountainous and fucking weird my place is, like if it wasn't, I'd like lose interest much faster.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be as challenging. Yeah. And I've got just like a huge list. Like one, make the wall bigger, which just requires like a fucking inordinate amount of rock.
Oh my god.
What?
Redstone uncovered, iron uncovered, diamond.
Oh my god.
How many diamond are here today? 2, 3, 4. Lovely. And I got 4 diamond. Are you serious? Did I use the wrong pick? I think I did. Fuck. I used the wrong pick like a dumbass. Because I have so many diamond picks. Kill myself.
Oh, like a fucking cluster of resources. Holy shit.
How much did it cost you to repair that in levels, that pick?
Pardon?
How many levels did it cost you to repair that?
3.
That's nothing.
Especially at low level, that's like not a lot.
Yeah, high level, that's the thing, but like, that's still pretty worth.
It's definitely worth, especially if that's like your thing. I'm actually also gonna just, because I actually want coal. Why? Not because I care too much about the coal in and of itself, but one, I need fuel. 2, there's a fucking asshole that, like, there's loads of assholes that, like, want coal for, like, shit.
Oh yeah, you got your bloody blacksmith.
Yeah, I've got so many of them.
Give you 18. Sorry, I'll give you an M with an 1812.
Give me what?
Or
I am just, like, too fucking scared, though, because that diamond pick is literally the best thing I have in my possession at the moment. So I'm just so nervous every time I have it, even though, like, strip mining is, like, probably the safest activity in this game.
till suddenly lava.
Till suddenly lava, but generally you can hear it. It just, like, never go into caves with the picks, which...
It's very slow as well. So even if you do spot it, it's like, okay, well I've got like a good couple of seconds to react.
True. It really is just a matter of, like, don't forget what you're doing. Like, don't, like, understand that, when you're, like, when you hold those picks, like, don't do anything, like, even remotely risky. Just kind of, like, never get complacent, which I fortunately remembered the time that I died again, you know, that I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna, like, not, take my, like, really important shit into, like, that area, and I didn't, so... It's kind of a ramble, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, just don't, like, fucking... It's, drowsiness kills or whatever, or, like, just unawareness kills.
That's why I've got the a chest next to the portal, so I can dump stuff that I don't want to lose in there. More redstone. Can you uncover more diamond, please?
I'm just kind of using that, like, ultra pick now, because I'm like, alright, I want the faster mining time, because otherwise it's gonna take very long, and it doesn't really lose durability that fast at all. So...
Well, your diamond, like, efficiency thing.
Yeah, the ultra one that also has fortune, because, worst case scenario, if it, like, gets low, I'll just repair it using my levels, who cares, you know? I've got plenty of diamonds. That's the way I look at it now.
It's a nice situation to be in, isn't it?
It is, because it means you can actually get shit, like, it snowballs, because if you have, like, enough diamonds, you can use those diamonds to get more diamonds, and then make, like, a net profit, you know? And everything else you just make along the way is, like, even better. I do invite you, like, to see my mines at some point, because, like, the end area of my thing, like, has massively evolved.
Yeah.
So
if you come over and collect those books off me,
yeah.
I can get back with you.
Alright. Kind of want to level up a little bit more, but that's the trap, isn't it? I'm level, like, 18 now? So I'm getting back up there. So, like, in the beginning you don't care about levels at all, because you're just like, well, levels, like, fucking, who needs that shit? We're not at that level of the game yet, and then you get to that level of the game, and then levels are, like, one of the most precious resources you have.
Yeah. It's like, God, I'm like 26, so I, like, just need to get there.
I also have, like, a room now, like, that I was going to use as, like, a mob spawning room, which was just going to be, like, a dark room underground. Then just go in there to, like, fight. But it kind of got postponed, because I got killed by mobs. Ironic, isn't it?
Yeah. So, how long have you known Danny?
Years and years and years and years and years. I want to say about like 13 years or not 13 years, Jesus Christ. 5 years now?
Okay.
Pretty sure it was. Actually, no, it must have been more than that, actually. Jeez, I wish there was a way to like check when I added into my Skype, if there was such a way.
Don't know.
I think it must maybe like 7 years or something now. Like it said 5, but I think it's 7 years because I think he was part of like the first group, shall we say, of like because we all got together on like Lord Cat's forum and started to play D&D, and I remember that was like in like I want to say like 2011 or something. So it must be like 7 to 6 years.
Okay. I know Danny's not really a travelling type, but I mean, did you ever like not think visiting each other?
I was really, really, really poor. Like by the time like I started using the internet. So no, not really. Oh, what happened?
Just reconnecting a sec.
Okay. No,
There we go.
I was like poor at the time, so no.
Ah.
There's no real ability to, and I wasn't really too fussed about it, because I have plenty of real life friends, so
Wow.
I didn't really need to go to the UK. I'd like it, but and right now I'm just spending a lot of my money on my education,
No.
because I've like decided to like I'm taking it super easy. Effectively, some might call it slacking off, because I like no longer work in combination with studying, which just means that I don't have like buckets of money anymore, but means that I have like loads of free time, which I'm enjoying. So I've been using that free time. I mean, maybe one time just for like funsies, going somewhere would be nice, but yeah, no,
Like,
like not really
it
too.
could even like happen the other way. Like Danny could go to you, know?
No, I don't really have any way to like receive him, if you know what I mean. Especially not now, because I don't really live in like a house where I could like offer him a place to stay.
Ah, true. Yeah.
Couldn't even realistically offer him like a floor to sleep on, so
God.
yeah, no, so unfortunately not really. But that might change soon, next year or so, like when university kicks off, like me and my parents are looking to like rent a house together, so where I'll pay for part of it, and then you know part of the house will just be mine. So they get to like do their old people shit in like their place, and then I get to do my young people shit in my place, which is just play video games in all honesty.
Oh, nice.
That's what I'm looking forward to, and then that way, like, because if I get like a house in like the free sector living or whatever the hell, I'll be able to like soundproof a room, which means I'll actually
So
be able
you
to
can
talk using.
scream.
Yeah, I'll be able to talk using my normal voice and not like my fucking quiet voice.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
So you can be like peak performance on D&D.
Pretty much, like that would be like the period where I'd actually want to like do D&D and stuff, because I could actually like really go for it. Whereas here, like, kind of like, I really don't want to like get into shit like with the neighbors or anything like that. So I don't really want to do it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It's not worth it if you're like not staying somewhere permanently. It's not really worth like getting into shit with the neighbors.
Yeah.
You know, it's obviously just like never worth getting into shit with the neighbors. But if you're gonna stay there permanently, it might be good to like reach a compromise of sorts. But
Yeah. Damn, gold is quite rare.
it is. I have like 64 gold, I think, in total.
I'm not sure how much I have.
That's just a guesstimate.
It's like split between my what's it? Divinity. 28. Yeah, I think like 40. I think it's like no, about 50. Not too much actually.
No, I have about as much gold as I have diamonds. You know, and I haven't really been using my gold for anything yet.
Yeah, you want to keep hold of that. Gold is way too precious. It's like so it's even for trading.
I mean, you could. That's why nuggets exist, right? You can break it down into nuggets.
Yeah.
Because I probably wouldn't trade like a gold for anything. Like I would trade like a gold for maybe like huge quantities, but I wouldn't mind trading nuggets. Heck, I think iron nuggets might be like a decent currency to have. It's just like a common currency for everybody. Because iron nuggets are like not so valuable that like
You don't want to trade it.
you don't want to trade with it, and they're not so useless as you don't want them, if you know what I mean. Because a ninth of an iron is still a ninth of an iron, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
So like instead of like being like, oh yeah, I'll trade you one fucking iron ingot for like 64 of X, like you can be like, I'll trade you like 5 iron or iron nuggets for that, you know.
Yeah, myself like 5.5 iron or something.
Yeah.
Take up some prices.
Because I mean, I'd probably like I wouldn't pay like an iron ore for like a stack of 64 food, right? But I'd pay like 5 nuggets for it, like half an iron ore.
Yeah, that might be quite interesting economy actually.
Yeah, because it has to be like something that we're not really gonna run out of, and unless I like have like a fucking massive brain aneurysm and just like turn all my iron into anvils, then we should be okay.
Oh man.
Making iron because everybody needs iron, right? To like a certain degree. I don't think we do, but it's still like a resource that's like valuable enough that we don't just like chuck it in the bin or turn it into anvils or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I'm still using it for armor and tools.
Yeah.
Like, I still have an iron.
And we use it for like shears and buckets and like tracks and everything pretty much, and like shields and like anvils and anvils and anvils and anvils if you're me. Yeah, there's loads of fucking anvils if you're me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think food is like even comparable to iron, because food is like renewable resources.
So renewable.
Yeah, renewable resources should like rate really low in terms of like value, right?
Yeah.
How many iron do you think a diamond is worth? That's an interesting question.
See, I don't know. Now we have fortune. It's less value. But it's this.
But there's like the thing about it is though, like getting a fortune 3 pick is hard.
Yeah, it is.
Requires a huge investment. So let's look at some statistics. I fucking love statistics.
Yeah.
I really do. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, data is quite interesting and fun. I don't know.
Oh, I've fucking.
I'd say
It
a
doesn't.
stack of iron is too much.
Yeah, I definitely think a stack of iron is too much. Like,
Even half a stack is probably a bit too much as well.
let's see, times crafted. Well, pretty much, if my statistics are to be believed, I have managed to, in my time playing, produce 650 iron ingots, right? And in my time playing, I've produced like maybe 70 diamonds. So I think,
Was this crafted?
yeah, crafted, so smelted, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Which is pretty much everything that I mine ore-wise I smelt. So I mean, that's a pretty accurate number. So if you take those numbers as like the sample or whatever, or as like if you just use those numbers, then like it's about like 10 iron to a diamond.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if 10 iron ingots to a diamond sounds legit or not.
Yeah, I was gonna say about like 12 to 15 iron maybe for a diamond.
Because how much iron ore have you smelted over the course of your thing?
Let's have a look. Times 836.
Okay, so you've done like quite a bit more. And yeah, so I mean, yeah, I guess that's like fair then. It would be like 12. I think 12 iron is like, it's a nice power. It's a nice power of 2 numbers. So it would be 12 iron for 1 diamond.
Yeah, because I mean, that's like 36 iron for a diamond pick.
Yeah.
That's a lot of iron.
Yeah, but it's not like, I think, would you pay 36 iron for an iron pick, for a diamond pick? I think.
If I didn't have one, I would.
Yeah. I think I might as well, because I'm like, well, iron is like easy to find, if you know what I mean. Like, you don't really need to invest a lot to get it. But diamond, on the other hand, is something that's not so easy to find.
Yeah, because I mean, you could spend that 36 iron yourself mining it, but you know, if it's up for trade, then
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's actually reasonable. 12 for 1.
Yeah. It's hard though, because it's like it's surprisingly hard to set prices. Because it really, like, you really need to see like how much will somebody pay, and it's like, because everybody has like a different economy in this. I think our economies are the most comparable, right? Like, we have the most comparable resources between all the people playing. Like, where the amount of wealth that we have is similar. Like, I'd say you have more, but not by a ridiculous amount, if you know what I mean.
No.
And like for us, like the price is like of those is quite reasonable, because we have like iron in such abundance, and we have like a decent supply of iron of diamonds, where we'd be willing to like maybe trade a few of them, you know?
Oh yeah. Like if you've just come into diamonds, then you wouldn't.
Yeah,
like,
you never trade something you like don't have, unless like, because that's where like you get like an economy, right? Because if you can like steadily supply like some resource, right, to kind of pin everything to like a unit of something, like to like, for example, pin like every resource to like the gold standard, or like how much gold is something worth, like in real life, like a currency pinned to, because in our case we don't really have such a thing as like a minted currency. We don't really have like something that literally has 0 value and is used to trade. So we trade with stuff that does actually have value, which is iron. So yeah, I think that's reasonable. Like, use iron nuggets as like a means of trading.
Yeah, it makes diamonds seem even more expensive, because that's like what 30, was it 36? Did I say?
No, it was for like a single diamond. It would be
oh
like,
yeah, so I was going by the pick.
12,
yeah,
and for like a pick, It would be like 36 iron ingots, which I think is reasonable because it's like would you trade like a suit of iron armor for a diamond pick? And I think generally yes, kind of. Like
Yeah. It's like an anvil and then some.
yeah. But here comes another interesting question. I should probably actually just like leave the Discord call. Oh. Oh shit, now we're nowhere. Fuck. Help. Or not right.
Hey.
Hello. I was like, I should probably stop the screen share call unless you were watching or something.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. I didn't even realize you were still doing it.
But yeah, no. So like, how much iron nuggets, or yeah, how much iron nuggets would you trade for coal?
Oh, bloody hell! Coal would be so damn cheap. Like
Would
if
it
I was
though?
trading it away. But if I was buying it,
Because it should be more expensive than it should definitely be more expensive than like a food item or something like that. Because even though you can technically grow coal, like charcoal, if you know what I mean,
yeah,
like the work required is actually of value, whereas a farm is so AFK that as long as you have land that you can defend, which land is not really like an issue here. Farm, like the food for farming is like only worth as much as it is, as much as you're willing to pay somebody to literally click and pick something up, if you know what I mean.
yeah,
Whereas the getting charcoal, I'd say like charcoal and coal is decently valuable. I'd say probably like an iron, like we're talking about an iron nugget, right? So like a ninth of an iron. Like
yeah.
I'd say I'd probably pay like a ninth of an iron for like 6 coal.
Yeah.
That would mean that you'd get 36 coal to 1 iron ingot. I don't know how fair that sounds to you.
That sounds like a lot of coal, but then again, it is an iron as well, so.
It is, and you could, like, as though it would be fucking a little bit like crazy, because I think wood is also one of those resources where, just because of its
Wood
hassle,
is a pain in the ass to mine though.
yeah, because of its hassle, its value goes up.
Like especially if it's specific wood. Like if it's jungle wood, that wouldn't be well. I mean, it's worth a lot because it's rare, but once you've got the seeds, it's so easy to get.
Yeah. Yeah, but I wouldn't. I would say like all wood is equal, sort of, right? Kind of. Let's just for the sake of simplicity, how much would you value just wood in general?
I mean, a stack of wood.
Yeah.
I'd probably pay. Well, obviously pay more at the moment than coal, but it's only because I have a lot of it myself.
But though generally coal should be more valuable than wood.
It generally should, but.
Because would you really pay more for a stack of wood than you would for coal, like logs, or?
I mean, at the moment, I don't know. Well, I probably wouldn't buy it at all, but I mean, if I had to, I probably would because I have so much coal and like no wood. But then again, I could just go get it.
No, but I'm talking about like a global market value type of situation.
No, I wouldn't.
No, what do you mean you wouldn't pay anything for wood?
Oh no, I wouldn't pay more than coal. How much would I pay for? I'd say for a stack of wood, probably. That's quite difficult actually. Because if they're going to buy nuggets as well. wood's getting on for an iron, maybe a bit more than that.
Because let's look at how much wood I have.
I'd
Like,
say, yeah, 'cause 2 iron per stack is.
because if I look at it like this, the amount of wood that I've managed to like produce, like I've managed to produce 650 iron, right? I've managed to produce 3,500 wood. So does that mean that wood is like or iron is like 5 times more valuable than wood? Or is it like, because that seems like iron is very low value at that point then, or maybe wood is just very expensive.
Yeah, but it's mostly just because we've not really been bothered to get it, have we?
Interesting thing about like a market-driven economy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where based on the amount of goods in circulation, the price of something goes up or down, which is kind of hard if you're trying to set prices, which is why like that you can kind of see why communist why communist regimes just like buckle under their own fucking bureaucracy, because it's hard to set like a price.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can with a closed market, but like eventually the Soviets opened up their market, if you know what I mean, and that just destroyed them completely. Because you can't do price fixing if you also trade, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because when you price fix and then you trade, you suddenly are like, because you obviously your instinct is to kind of like max out the amount of wealth that you accumulate from trading, right? Or at least like get the most bang for your buck.
Yeah.
So even if in your fucking Soviet Union, coal is like, you know, quite expensive or whatever the hell. Just an example, it really wouldn't be for them, but like, and it's like really cheap on like the global market. Like you wouldn't be able to like afford to pay your own citizens as much for that coal, if you know what I mean. Because if you're not self-sufficient, if you don't have like a closed economy, because a closed economy is the same as like a world economy, right? But on a national scale. So if you completely change the amount of like resources available in the world, you can't use those prices. Like for example, I wouldn't be able to like, let's say you have like a country like Dean, right? Let's treat Dean as like a country. Dean's country has like fucking no GDP because he doesn't really produce a lot of products, if anything, right? Whereas our countries have very high GDP or like higher GDP, which means that we can pay a lot for like a lot of different things. But for him, right, if he was going to set a price to something, diamonds would be like fucking exorbitantly expensive in his regime because he produces like 0 of them, right? Yeah. So they would be like insanely expensive. Iron, he almost doesn't produce any of that shit at all, so that would be also really expensive to him. And then, you know, the goods that he has, like that he has access to, would be like relatively cheaper, but you know, still, because he doesn't produce as much as we do, it would still be even more like, they'd be more valuable to him than they would be to us.
Yeah.
So that's where he just has a weaker economy, so he just gets a worse deal because he just doesn't have as much to trade or doesn't have as much to export and trade with. So that's how you can kind of see how GDP works, where because Dean doesn't have a lot, he can't trade for a lot with anything because he just doesn't have it, and he can't trade with something for the same value as we can, if you know what I mean, because you can't like pretend like you can you can't spoof being like a high GDP country, if you know what I mean, because you just can't you can't sell what you don't have.
Pretty much.
You can't trade for what you don't have either, so.
Where are you in Minecraft at the moment?
In the mines. I've been in the mines for a very long time.
Oh. I'm just at your place appreciating the massive farm.
Alright.
It's quite interesting because standing on top of the church, you can actually see, like.
Yeah, I love the church.
Trees.
The church view down, like it's really good because you can kind of like look over and see like the little outside with with their things.
Because you like on high render distance, you can actually see my place from your place.
Really?
Yeah.
options.
It looks
Video.
really nice because I can see the 3 jungle trees I've planted.
Render distance 32 chunks. Wait, hold on. Let me just go. The cobblestone meter. I think I've gathered close to the amount of cobblestone that I actually need at the moment.
Nice. I think I've almost got a double chest full now.
I am 1.5 rows away from having a full double chest.
I don't need any more cobble right now. Which is enough, I suppose.
I need more. Need to make like redstone blocks. Oh god, and how much would you value redstone compared to iron?
Oh god, like technically it should be worth more, but...
Well, not worth more than iron. That's for
well,
sure.
It is technically rarer, but then again, there's not much more.
No, it isn't. There's no way it's rarer, right? It's like... because you get so much of it when you hit it.
True. True. It's like higher than wood, less than iron.
Because that's also a thing. Like when you look at the price of coal throughout the years, it's not because coal is like particularly elusive to find. It's because it was used like for so many different things, and it was so important for those things that it was being used for that the price of coal became really high. And it's not because coal is particularly hard to find. Supply and demand is really interesting.
Yeah. I love how your inside wall has like part of a house
Yeah, it was
ingrained into it.
yeah. Where are you right now in the?
I'm standing on top of the church.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, the church is like buried in the dirt, like partially. Like I had to like make it like usable again.
Yeah, I just really like this view.
Your place, what? Because I have the render
It's over
distance
there.
on 32 chunks, which is the highest I can go.
Yeah, where you're looking, in that corner, to your right. Over there. You should be able to see it.
No, I
Right.
can't see it.
That way.
Nope, those chunks have
Was it?
not loaded for me.
Huh.
So
Well,
I'd have to like move there, I think.
Oh, I think it's because I've come from there, it's kept it loaded. But I can see the... Yeah, if I stand where you are without pushing you off, if I do that... in my... Oh, there we go. I doubt we'll be able to see it in the picture.
I mean, no, I can kind of see that grey wall, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, if you click open original, you can see the 3 jungle trees in the wall.
Open original?
Oh yeah, if you click the picture, there's like an open original button.
Oh, right. I mean, barely. I can see the wall, so that we're like within sight of each other, I guess. Mildly. I think it would be easier for you to see my place than it would be for me to see your place, I think.
Yeah, wait, I only spotted it because of the jungle trees.
Oh,
Okay.
ouch.
Did that hurt?
It did hurt a lot. But yeah, like, no, I have not, I've only harvested this, right? I have not planted. Like, I have not planted myself at all.
I saw the villagers were here earlier doing some farming.
Yeah. Same with this, same with this plot. I've only harvested this plot. I've not planted this plot. Should probably give them more seeds, because I think they ran out of seeds, and that's why they haven't, like, done the other plots. So I need to find, like, a farmer and just give him seeds. Give him a seed. Where are they? empty room. Oh yeah, here's where I'm attempting to construct like a small library, or a very small library.
Oh crap! I should have brought over the books.
I need sheeps, really, is what I need right now. That's a farmer. That's a farmer.
This bookcase here is useless, and so are those.
Where? Sorry, which is useless?
These two here in the corner are useless, and this one here is useless.
Oh, okay.
I think it needs to be on like a 3 on each like side.
Alright. Okay, that's good to know. And I guess the door is also kind of like redundant. So I think what I'll do is I'll mark it with this dorite, so that I just know.
I mean, you could have, yeah, pretty much like that.
And then also like this, or?
Yeah, that can work. I mean, you don't need to have like completely full bookshelves for level 30. You used to, but they've got more powerful now.
Okay.
But
yeah, that's just my temporary where I have like the library. Got some cow. I really need sheep. Like that's really what I need.
Yeah. Well,
I have one sheep at like my house, like my old house, but I also kind of like these chickens used to have a window, but I didn't like looking at them, so now they don't have a window anymore.
Wow, you've taken their light source.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck! I was gonna spread seed to a villager.
You literally have.
What?
There's a window with just like you get to see a wall.
Yes.
Actually, they're laying eggs on the stone. They're not going into the hopper.
Yeah, I noticed that it wasn't very efficient, but I was kind of like at the point where I don't really need it to be really efficient. It's like whatever. Like I'll just because I realized that the most efficient one was like the 1 by 1, or like just the 1.
Yeah.
Now I need to fucking the worst part is trying to find them, because I've done like little apartment style places, which is kind of what you have to do because of, you know, like you notice how this place isn't like super densely populated either, you know, like you see like there's like a couple, but it isn't like insane. Yeah, he's still there.
Like that dungeon at the bottom of your well for a second.
I need a farmer. You're not a farmer. I need a farmer to pick up these seeds, because otherwise it's kind of like pointless. Oh, that's a farmer. I saw you. Yeah, he farms, as you've noticed.
Oh my god, it's got him.
Mate, you like... Oh, what's...
I'm just throwing seeds everywhere.
But... Yeah. Don't really want to... Hmm?
They give roses to village children.
Yeah, I've noticed. Like, yeah. He will take these seeds, by the way.
Will he?
Yeah, he will. There you go, see? He took all the seeds.
How many did you give him?
30 or something? He should start working now, but, like, I think he's, like, quote-unquote socializing, because you're looking at him.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I didn't mean it like that, but...
It's like, how dare you talk
fucking stop talking to him. But he actually has a pretty good deal, just like, wool for stuff, which is quite good.
Does it have to be white?
Yeah.
This is such a shit deal. six raw fish and an emerald, and he'll give you 6
Hey, look,
fish.
the guy has a rose.
Aww.
Look at him.
Just get a little screenshot of that. Oh, crap, he stopped. That's so cute.
I've got a lot of clerics, which are okay, I guess.
Hey, you like them clerics?
I do love the clerics in like other games, but these guys are like, you know, the best deal I found was 30. What?
This guy's got a Fortune 1 Efficiency 2 shovel for 6 emeralds.
It's pretty decent. It's a shame it's fortune though, because I mean, what? Like gravel.
Actually, yeah.
Like you can use it to get flint.
Yeah, that's true. God, it's nice to have alive villages, isn't it?
It is. Hey man, if you built that underground place, I can shove some villagers down the hatch and have them be shipped over.
This guy's got Unbreaking 2 shovel for 5 emeralds. Very good.
And this is the village. I really haven't built like many buildings inside here, if you know what I mean. Aside from like the apartments.
Yeah. I forgot that your guy's got the Lure 3 book.
Yeah. That's for
I need
fishing,
to-
right?
Yeah, I need to buy that at some point. You can't build golems, can you?
No. You can build like snow golems, but I don't know if you can build iron golems. You might be able to make them from like blocks of iron. Why?
Actually, you might be able to. Or am I being dumb?
Maybe from blocks of iron?
Yeah, because I think it's like a thing you build in the world. It's like 3 blocks of iron and something. Oh, it's 4 blocks of iron and a pumpkin. That was it.
There we go, there's that farmer. They're fucking lazy, aren't they, these bastards? I gave one of them like a whole bunch of seeds, but he's not really working the fields as effectively as I'd hoped he would. Oh, they aren't very effective farmers, but they do shit when I'm like not here, so.
They can spawn every 1 in 6. Oh, spawn 1 every 6 minutes.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Oh my god, someone's having a field day at this door.
Yeah. Such is the sound of the village.
It's like that kid, like, what?
Like you have loads of people like talking, and then occasionally there's one dick slamming the door.
Stop slamming doors.
It's like,
The 2 redstone. What?
well, no, you mean the other way around, right?
Little leopards.
What, where?
No, that guy was pooping
Oh,
leopards.
they're like fucking banging each other in the ass, I guess. I love your back.
I love you. Oh, that guy gave me bread.
I've not fed them bread since. Like they've just been any kind of like villager growth. They've been doing that by themselves.
Oh, he was in on it or not? Fucking hell. Like nose rubbing.
Those are their wangs.
Yeah.
Well, there's not a lot of them really inhabit like the upper part of the thing. They all tend to kind of like congregate around like the lower area.
It's so funny, those two are just following each other around.
Oh look, there's
my
a
God,
baby.
Oh, it's a little blacksmith.
Here.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, you get some watermelons too. I don't think they eat watermelons because they're racist.
Would they take the seed?
No, they actually they might, but I don't think they do stuff with watermelons. They do stuff with potatoes. They will use potatoes, but they won't use watermelons. I don't think because it's not like it wasn't on the wiki, so I don't think they do it.
Fair enough.
So if I give them potatoes, they will like eat the potatoes, which is kind of like bad because the potatoes are also like the seeds, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like there might be a real chance they just like eat all their potatoes as opposed to like
Like planting them, yeah.
plant them, yeah. So I'm gonna plant like this field of potatoes myself. This is my humble land.
Oh.
Oh yeah, let me show. You came through the mines, didn't you?
Yeah.
Alright, let me show you how they've expanded.
Is that actually safe to do?
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Would you hug the wall?
Yeah, just aim for the water.
Splat.
Very tempted to like place a block there at the last minute,
Yeah.
but it wasn't gonna be that much of a dick.
There's only 5 anvils.
This is my humble abode. Yeah, I've got some animals here, and this is the blacksmith that followed me down here.
He's like, where you going? Help.
Yeah, if you you've seen this, right?
Oh my god. No, I never actually looked down these tunnels. Redstone. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, this is how you're supposed to strip mine.
Yeah.
But, like, I've just sort of just been picking a random direction and just digging.
Yeah, like I've got like quite a lot of these. To go off in that direction for quite a bit.
Damn, that is ridiculous.
Wait, there's fucking potatoes.
That is crazy.
Indeed. So did you want to build that railway?
I don't know if I have enough iron.
Actually, hold on, let's look at the map. I used to have a lot of iron until I turned it all into fucking anvils.
Because I got 35-ish tracks from the mine over near the fortress.
Right.
There might still be some over there, but I really don't like exploring mine shafts because of the spiders.
I can understand. Hold on, give me a second.
The,
Well, but making them was not that expensive, was it? Or is it?
6 iron gives you 16 tracks.
Well, it's pretty decent, in all honesty.
Mm.
Because I'm just kind of like looking at the map and trying to like
Yeah, it's
see.
2,000 blocks, I think, that big map. Like, I suppose I could just use a coordinate from the end of the tunnel to the other end of the tunnel.
Yeah, that would be like pretty accurate. But
Actually, let me do it.
is this like not a? Is it not a very direct road that we've taken here?
We've gone up at like a right angle. We've sort of gone up and then across rather than direct to it, you know?
Alright, yeah, but it is like.
Okay, so this is using the Z axis, so we're at 225, okay, alright.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, if you just go straight from there, you can actually hit Sam's place quite quickly.
Yeah, so 225. Already 100. Do, do, do. Okay, so 225, and then I ended up at minus 85. So it's like 300 and something blocks.
Alright, so that's actually, that is quite a bit of iron, but not like an insane amount. Like it's, cause how much did you say it was again? Like 300 blocks?
300, just over 300.
Just over 300. Well, we divide that by 16, right?
Yeah.
Which, let's just do it roughly. That'd be, am I stupid? Yes, I am. Is that 15? Yeah, it is. What? Am I going crazy?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, because there's 520s and 100.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's 15. Like, you're right.
did you want those bookshelves over here?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like so that's fine. So sorry, like that's 300 divided by 16, divided by 10. Well, I mean, Yeah, actually, yeah. So you divide it by 10, 30, then you divide it by 6,
6.
which is fuck. My brain is bad.
Okay.
I can't do math anymore. Help! I'll just use the calculator. That guy, he's helped me out a bunch. 300 divided by 6. 300. The fuck? Come on, brain. 300 divided by 16 is 18.7, right?
So I would say 19.
Let's just say 19 times 6 is 114. So it would only take 114 iron.
To go that length.
Yes. Which is not a lot in the grand scheme of things, if you know what I mean. I'd be able to fork that over easily before I built like 7 million anvils.
Yeah.
So we can go halfsies on it, which would mean that each a stack of iron would be what we need.
Yeah. Tell me what you think of this outside. Tell me if I've ruined it or not.
Okay.
Also, I've changed my planks in my house.
Really, what was it before?
No, the floor.
Oh, okay.
Changed it to jungle wood rather than. I've just noticed there's a block different.
I'm not gonna lie, Aiden. Unless you told me, I wouldn't have noticed.
Fucking what? Okay, you go outside. You tell me if you notice a difference. Okay.
I think the door is different. That guy has got fucking golden pants. That's pretty legit, in all honesty, to have golden pants.
Do you want to sleep quick?
Yeah. Is my fucking vacation bed still there?
Should be.
Yeah, it is.
Managed to jump in bed before the zombies got close. But there you go. But yeah, the door's near. I'm gonna replace that block because it's annoying me.
Yeah, so a 64 stack of each of us in terms of iron would be enough. And what is the other resources required?
Just a stick.
Literally a stick.
6
Oh.
iron.
Oh my god. Okay, then but that's not powered.
No, but we can make powered ones.
How do you power it?
I think you need a so it's like a redstone something along with the recipe. I can't fully remember. It's been so long.
What is a pillbox?
It is a mailbox, yeah.
I love the mailbox. That's I have to say. I think that's quite funny. What else have you changed? Did you change this lantern? He seems longer than the other one. No, he isn't. Okay. A lake and a waterfall. That wasn't here before.
Yeah, I made like a little river.
Alright, nice. That's really neat.
Because I didn't know if I...
Oh, you put in like a fucking water feature, like you put in a fountain next to like a lake. Oh, was it? Oh, okay. I have not noticed the fountain. Is that also a new addition?
Yeah, that is new, yeah.
Okay, the fountain is really nice. I have to say though, a fountain right next to a lake is a little bit...
Yeah, I did think that after I finished the lake, I was like, that does not make sense, but the fountain was there first, so I'm
Yeah.
sort of leaving it there right now.
I mean, it's a very minor issue. Like, you haven't done anything to this place, have you?
Nah, that side's... You've practically...
Oh, you've done the gate as well?
Yeah, it's a bit bland. Yeah, that's practically it.
Yeah, I think that's... you've put more trees down, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I think I spotted all the differences.
Ow.
Oh, I like how you've made it actually like a deep river and not like really shallow.
Yeah, try to give it some... Sorting out the little, like, the way the water transitions down was annoying, because it kept freaking doing it in weird angles.
Yeah.
And weird, like, directions.
You can imagine. So can you actually ride the water? No, you can't ride the waterfall, I'm afraid, all the way down.
If you had a boat, you could.
Yeah.
Like, I tried to make the river a bit more jagged as well, because, like, digging a diagonal line in Minecraft is... it can be very samey.
Yeah. No, I like it. I really like it. Do you have lily pads to put in this?
No, should really get some from the swamp.
Okay, there's this hole.
It leads to a cave, I think.
It,
Like a mini little cave area. I think it's...
it ends, yeah.
Yeah, it leads to a dead end. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
so
just
there's
sort of
that.
just... I claimed it anyway when doing the wall.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, no, of course. Yeah, I think that's really nice, and I really do think that you have more, like the same amount, if not more land than me, if you know what I mean, right?
It looks more though.
It looks very much more because it's like all open plan, but let's
Yeah, it's
actually test it, right? So this is I'm at
Oh, yeah, you're like 82 or something, didn't you?
yeah, I know, and I have the specs written
Okay,
down.
I'll save you some time. What's your coordinate?
Okay, hold on, sorry, I was kind of like,
I need you to say.
oh, give me a second, I have kind of fallen to the lake. Okay, you do have rounded corners, but that doesn't matter too
Yeah, I'm
much.
gonna go to the back wall.
I am at 16, minus 225.
Okay, minus 225. Minus 64.
Okay, so that would
So,
be 79. So that's like, so that's 70. And where are you standing? You're standing there? Were you all the way at the back of the wall?
Oh, okay. Here is minus 51.
Okay, so you're at that's 78 then, because
Yeah,
it's like 51 plus 16. Oh, actually, well, I mean, that's 77 then.
It's funny
What?
how
Yeah.
how your coordinate is where the corner turns to go to your place. The minus 225.
Oh. And then so that's 77. So it's
So we
77,
do long ways.
and then uh
If you touch that back wall,
yeah, we'll do.
then X coordinate.
139 or 138.
Minus 224.
Oh yeah, I know what that is. So um it's like 86. So it's
Okay,
it's almost exactly the same. It's 86 times 77, which is a little bit more than what my land is, because my land is 82 times 69.
Okay.
So
A little tiny bit more real estate, but it just looks bigger.
it looks bigger because it's like open plan and not on a fucking mountain. Yeah, my land is 82 times 69, and your land is 77. Actually, I don't know, because I actually did it like east and west is 82, and north and south is 69.
I really should square off the wall, but
Let's see, I'm currently facing west. Alright, so yeah, your east and west is, what did I say, 88? What was it again?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay, 88. Your east and west is 88 and 77. So it's literally like, Eddings land.
So it does get a little bit wider over near the lake, but it's not by much.
Yeah, so it is very similar. Like, we both also have our longest side is also like the x-axis, right? Like the x-coordinate is our longest side, and the y is our shortest. And it really is like the area difference is like super negligible. You have like a small amount more, but it really feels like you have a lot more, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like, if you've been to my place.
yeah. 'Cause you have a lot of stuff in your place, you know, which takes up the area, you know.
Yeah.
Like this place is just an open area that's been flattened.
Yeah, and landscaped.
Yep.
And what also makes it feel like, because a lot, like the main area, right? The main court area or whatever.
Yeah.
is also walled in, so that makes it feel like that's like all of it. But then when you get onto like the walls or on the church, you can actually see the whole extent of it.
Yeah, it looks really nice. So your place from the church.
Yeah, like I was hoping to have it be like that and have it make sense where like the farmlands are on the outside and like the city is on the inside of like the city wall.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's the thing. Oh yeah, we can do that. We can make the things. Would you be satisfied to like,
100 and...
yeah, because we'll go halfsies. Like, if you want, do you also want me to go halfsies on the sticks, or are you okay with covering the stick?
I need to see how you make powered rail.
Yeah, because let's make it like, because we need like a couple of